shirt and baggy pants, the old soft shoe, jump so high, jump so high, very likely touchdown. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, dance. Hi, I'm Doc Marshall for Lessons.io. And we're going to do a song today, Mr. Bojangles, done back in 1968 by Jerry Jeff Walker and made famous by the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band and a whole host of other people. I'm sure you're familiar with it too. So let's look at it in the key of D. There's a lot of chords here and a lot of interesting things going on, so a little at a time, okay? We're going to start in D, and it's in the key of D, but in 3, so it's a waltz tempo. Okay, so that's the kind of feel that you're going to have for it. So we start out in the key of D on D chord. Now D major 7, then B minor 7, back to the D minor 7. Okay, so the first 4 chords are D, D major 7, B minor 7, and back to the D major 7. Now we go to G, A, and that's optional, of course. That leads you back into the D chord. First sequence. Okay, now after we get that down, that's the first part of the verse, we're going to go back to the G, down, down, that's going to be G, to the D, then we go to, that's F sharp, to B minor 7, then we go to E9 and E minor 7 and back to the A. And that completes the sequence, and then we go for our next sequence of chords, okay? Now the chorus, it's a very short chorus here, goes like this. Mr. Bojangles. Okay, we only got 2 chords here. We're starting on the A, but we're going to start on the B minor to the A. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, B minor, A, and now, and then we're back into our sequence for our next verse. Okay, so the chorus is very easy. We're going to start on the B minor. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, dance. Okay, let's go back to our verse. We'll go through those chords again because I know there's a lot of them. And we'll go through the whole thing. We get a little melody going in there too, okay? I knew a man, Bojangles, and he danced for you. Worn out shoes. Ba 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 ba. You notice I did the same chords 2 times, okay? Now we're going to go to the G. Down, down, down. minor, B minor 7, then we go to the E9, and then E minor, and then A, and then we're back to our next verse, okay? Let's look at a couple of things here. The B minor, which I'm doing here, and the B minor 7, right in the same spot. So all you got to do is take that pinky on and off, and you got two chords, okay? So no problem there. Also, the B minor comes from the F sharp, which is right there. So we don't have to move our hand all over the guitar. So it's right there. Okay, that sequence, 3 chords, it's all right there in one spot. When we go to the E9, which is here, then we go to E minor, notice that the E9 is right here, or on this fret right here, and that's the same fret that we're going to play our E minor on. So we went from E9 to E minor, and then that resolves back into the A chord, which is our turnaround chord, because we're going to go back into our D chord. Okay? So anytime we can get a little signpost going on the chord structure, we want to take that. Okay? So once again through the chords, and we'll do it up to tempo now. And notice that too. See, all this is right in one spot. The D, the D major 7, and then the B minor is right there. I didn't have to move my hand anywhere, see? And then back to the D major 7, okay? G, A. Now notice that I'm using this walk up here. It's a good thing to use to tell you that the next thing you're going to play is that D chord. So anytime you can go from the A in this particular song, it sets your brain up to say, okay, we're going into the sequence of chords again. And that's helpful. It always helps me to know that when I get to that point, twice now. Now I'm not going to do a walk up, I'm just going to drop back to my G chord. D. Okay, so that's your whole verse on Bojangles. And of course, once again, the chorus, you're starting on the A chord, that's where you're starting from, but you go to the B minor and say, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, dance. Here's an interesting thing that I do. Since we're in the key of D, and we're on this fret here, this is an A chord. And what we can do is when you go, Mr. Bojangles, take my finger off so that I'm hitting the E high and low, and that gives us a nice just adds a little bit of flavor to that A chord that we're playing. Okay, so that's it. Once again, quickly through the chords. So the D, D major 7, B minor, D major 7, G, A, D, D major 7 again. That's 2 times through. Now go to your G, D, F sharp, B minor 7, E9. Minor, A, Any questions, just let us know, and we'll answer your questions, one-on-one, of course. Don't forget to subscribe, and give us an idea of how we're doing with the lessons for you, so we can improve on our side of it, okay? Let us hear from you. I'm Doc Marshall. Bye for now.